There she is.
Oh, shut the f up.
What's going on, guys? Greg here. Welcome back to another video. I feel like I'm always starting these videos off at the same time, at the same location, in the driver's seat of the Raptor, and it's always raining or overcast. So we're heading out to Long Island today to pick up another car, and it's a car that I've been trying to procure for a while now. Not the specific car, but like this specific brand and model. It's a Porsche 911, and it's not just any ordinary 911. It's one of the more analog ones, not the newer ones, so it's pretty exciting. And prices of these cars have been skyrocketing during the past year or two. But this one was actually listed for a pretty reasonable price given the spec, the miles, and the work that's been done to it. So I was the first person to go out there and take a look at it last weekend. I went down there with my brother on a Friday morning and went for a drive. We actually ended up at the P-Car Market headquarters, which was like literally down the road from this guy's house, which was super cool. So we got to meet the owners of P-Car Market and check out their amazing collection of cars. But after that, we went back to the house and we talked over making a deal. And I was willing to give him a deposit that day to hold the car for me because there was a lot of interest on this car. He was a super nice guy. He was like, no need to leave me a deposit. You have my word that the car is yours, and I'll even hold it for you until you're able to get all the money and paperwork together. So here we are, 6 days later. We are making this deal happen. We're gonna drive out to Long Island after I pick up my buddy John, because one of us needs to drive back to the Raptor, which is gonna be John, and we also have some spare parts for the car that he's including, and we're gonna throw that into the back of the bed here. All right, so we are 2 minutes away from picking up the car. This is Johnny. You guys have not met him yet, but he's vlogging, I'm vlogging, so it's gonna be a little overlap possibly later on in the video, but that's okay. But like I said before, I posted the link to his channel down below if you want to see more car and gym stuff. My channel is mostly all car things, but feel free to go check him out. But we are now 1 mile, half a minute away, and I'm very excited. So I told these guys this has been a mystery car for about a week, but it's pretty funny because they actually know what car it is. They just don't remember. The drive here wasn't too bad. There was actually a lot less traffic than I expected for how crappy the weather was. But I'm kind of worried about going back towards the city because obviously there's not much traffic going into the island on Saturday, but we shall see. But I think we're gonna get lunch and maybe kill some time that way. There she is.
Oh, shut the f up. That's crazy. He definitely sent that in the video.
There it is.
That's fucking, he's got, wow, I like the whole white line up there.
All right, let's go park by the garage because we got some OEM parts and things to load up in the trunk.
Dude, Greg definitely sent that.
I did.
Greg definitely sent that.
And that's the funny part because I sent them
and
pictures.
Greg sent it a couple of times.
I sent them videos, and they're like, I have no idea what you guys are picking up.
Lord. Let's go check it out.
There it is. Yeah, this weather is terrible. It's absolutely gross out. So I feel really bad just even driving this car home right now.
Terrible given the conditions.
We're
up here. I'm not gonna report too
But
much.
yeah,
Literally, like, this is shitty,
basic overview. 2010 911 turbo,
we're gonna get her back home now.
white with red guts.
As well. We'll probably we'll get
Got some bolt-ons, 700 horsepower, custom rotiform wheels, and all the work was done by AIM Performance, so it's really legit build.
so excited.
Pretty low miles.
Yeah,
But yeah, my first Porsche 911 turbo. We got all the OEM wheels.
Yeah, they're fucking mint, dude. Look.
Keys. Yeah, they still got
just
the
oil. Yeah, no, I put the stickers on as a joke.
Oh.
Yeah. Look, they weren't really driven; they were dried out. That was the difference.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Car's 25,000 miles.
I mean, those tires are from like 2011. You said.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll load these wheels in the truck.
Here you go.
Get a little video of this
Here's
thing.
the 2 keys. I didn't know cars come with 3. I always got 2. I've always bought new.
Yeah, usually it's the 2 masters and then like a valet key.
Yeah, let me see if there's a
I think
valet
it's
on
nuts.
here. Hold on.
How much does power this car make again?
1080.
Wow.
1080.
Out of a 4-cylinder, it's nuts.
Yeah, I used to be very fast in the early 2000s. I used to go low 90s.
Side exhaust,
This is a whole new car.
billet specialties.
You sure, dude, there's a valet key? I never had it.
I don't know if Porsche does it, but like most car brands do. That turbo is huge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bigger than most.
It's bigger than
There we
the. It's
go.
almost as big as the motor.
That's crazy. Just to put into like perspective, let's do this.
Yeah.
Just like that's a romper.
Yeah, this thing's a little silly.
And you said 1080, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. That's
On
just
race gas?
mind-blowing.
It runs E85.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, it just runs E85. I actually
Cool.
It makes more on M1.
Gonna go for a cold start.
That's just cold. That's not oil.
Yeah. It started up quick too. Sounds
Well,
nice.
I swear to God, it's cold as fuck. You can touch the mufflers. It's not been warmed up.
That was such fast. So good.
Yeah. So here's the interior. It is red.
Red is so good. So good.
It is very red in here. Oh, you got the roof. That's Alcantara black.
I can feel it in my chest, dude.
Look at the cat's warming up.
Yeah.
You hear the cat's just warmed up?
Yep.
That's so
it.
good. It's so
Oh,
light.
when you punch it and he knows.
Yeah,
all hell
Sounds
breaks.
great.
Oh, man. That's so good.
All right, so we are in the 911 now. We are driving back home in this crappy weather, so we're just taking it easy. You know, we don't want to crash this thing on the first day. I have driven this before, and I've driven 911s before, and it's PDK, so it's like, it's nothing new. It's just that this car makes significantly more power than stock, but it's turbo, so that's only if you're getting on it. And also, this car has a Dodson like extreme clutch. It can handle 1,300 horsepower, this clutch, but it's fully warmed up, and I gotta say, like, it drives pretty much like OEM, especially once you get into speed. You really only notice it when you're at lower speeds, like from a stop, but honestly, it's not bad. Like, this is a great car, you know, for Sunday drives, take the cars and coffee, and also just for, like, you know, short road trips or anything like that. This is my first 911, my first Porsche, and it's crazy because I've owned like 50 something cars. This is car like 54, if I remember correctly. I have a list of all the cars that I've owned, and it's crazy because I've never owned a 911. Of the 50 some cars that I've had, you know, I've had pretty much any other car brand, if you guys are wondering why, it's because, first of all, money is an issue. You know, these 911s keep going up in price because they're collector's items, especially the 997s. You know, I should have bought one of these a couple years ago when they were still in like the $50,000–$60,000 range for a manual. Now all the manuals are like upwards of minimum $90,000 and above, to like the 125 range for a manual 997 turbo. Weather is gross, but this makes it all better. There's the Raptor. There's Yanni and the Raptor. I've actually never seen the Raptor driving on the outside. Well, I guess because I'm the only one that ever drives it, but seeing how that looks, because I love the way the headlights look on the truck, especially with like the yellow lights in the grill. It's so badass. Like, it makes the truck look so mean. If I saw that thing like tailgating me, I'm getting out of the way. I'm not risking it. Like, that is a mean looking front end. That's why I love the Raptors, like, ever since they came out. First gen not so much, but the second gens, oof. Crash ahead in Long Island. Nothing new. There's always crashes in Long Island, especially in the LIE, especially on a Saturday. And with pouring rain, it's like the perfect combination to pick up your dream 997 turbo. Yeah. So traffic's slowing down. I'm gonna put the camera down again because I'm not trying to rear end someone. Here are the beauties sitting next to each other. So I didn't make a video on this one yet, but I've had that for a couple weeks. It's a Maserati Gran Turismo MC. So it's the basically like the super sporty version of the Gran Turismo. You get the carbon fiber, you get the nice like new rear bumper with the center exhaust. A lot of cool things on that one. But here is the newest addition to the collection. Gary, the previous owner, he custom ordered these Rotiform forged monoblock wheels. So they're 19x9 in the front, 19x12 in the rear. We have a 325 Michelin tire in the back. Pilot Super Sport. Yep, so these are summer tires. And then in the front we have two 45/35 19s. So the fitment is actually really nice. They're flush front and rear, and the car is still stock height. So the plan is to get lowering springs and to drop the car maybe an inch or so, just to give it a little bit nicer stance. So I actually did notice this kind of sucks. Yanni told me that the rear taillights were acting all funky when he was following me back home, and he said the lights were like flickering and half the light was like off and on and then working and not working. So when we got to the restaurant, we noticed that the taillight here is completely cracked from here all the way to here. So somehow didn't notice this at first, probably because it was pouring rain, and the first time we came to look at the car we just saw there was condensation on the light, but we didn't really notice the cracks. So that's pretty much my fault for not noticing it the first time. But I spoke to Gary, and he's willing to cover 50% of the cost of getting a new taillight. So that's cool on his end, because, you know, once you sell a car, usually after that you're on your own. But the fact that he's willing to help me out to get continuous support on this car with, you know, AIM performance, with the Cobb tune, and even with the company that makes the wing risers, he's willing to help me get any help that I need and ask to answer any questions that I have. So these wing risers, actually, these are aftermarket too. These apparently go higher compared to the original ones. So I think OEM, I don't know, it goes maybe like an inch or two lower than where it's at now, and these just raise a little bit higher, but he gave me the parts, the OEM parts for that. AIM Performance. Take a look inside. So it's all red guts, Carrara red, and it has a 991 steering wheel, because the original steering wheel for this car is also red, and it's got these big buttons on it, and it's very ugly. So we got these nice paddle shifters on there from the 991. Only 26,000 miles. The seats, everything is red in here. At least the ceiling has the black Alcantara. But we have snow performance gauge here, because this car has meth injection as part of the tune, because as you know, these are DFI, and to get additional feeling out of these cars is not as easy as it is with the .1s with the Mezger, because those you can just throw bigger injectors in and, you know, run E85, more power, etc. So this car has, I think, 3 tunes. Got like a level 1 boost, level 2, and then level 3 has the meth injection, and that is in the frunk, which I can show you now. So PDK transmission, 7-speed. It's the 997.2 is the first year or generation to get PDK on the turbos. So these came in manual or PDK, and then the .1s came with a 5-speed Tiptronic, I'm pretty sure, and the manual. So in the .1s, everyone wants the manuals. In the .2, people still prefer the manuals, but at least now you have a PDK option, which is much better than the Tiptronic. So I can show you the engine bay real quick. Got some leaves stuck in here. Yuck. But yeah, we're gonna drop this car off at my detailer, and they're gonna do whole car, make it look new again. So as you can see, you got AMS, intake, got a whole lot going on in here, but obviously you don't see any of it because it's all down below. But let's see if I can show you underneath what's going on. Got high flow cats, AWE exhaust, and we got new turbo manifolds as well. The turbochargers are upgraded. They have a billet wheel. I think it uses the factory core though, so you send those out to a shop and then they upgrade the internals. And then let's show you the frunk. Real quick, these are the OEM wheels that came with the car as well. These are pretty much mint condition. He took them off as soon as he got the car to get the rotiforms. The fourth one is in a different spot right now. But these are going to need new tires. These are like 11-year-old Michelins. They're dry rotted, so tires are going to be scrapped. I'm probably going to get these ceramic coated and maybe throw these back on the car and try to sell the rotiforms while I wait for potentially new wheels, because I'm not a huge fan of the KPSs. Maybe just because it's at stock height right now, I don't like it as much, but we'll definitely do the drop, see how it looks, and then if I'm still not a huge fan, then we'll go ahead and we might throw these back on. Alright, so here's the frunk. Here is the meth injection system. So this is built snow performance, the whole kit. I've never had a car with meth before, so this is all new. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Let's see how this even opens. That's weird. Maybe this needs to be removed. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll figure that out, get the instructions out, and take a look. This car also has a full frontal paint protection film done with XPEL Ultimate. So you can see here the lines for the PPF. So the whole front bumper is done. That is great, saves me so much money. The front fenders are done. Even the headlights are done. That's awesome. Gas cap's done, of course. The mirrors, The whole entire hood is done. Yeah, this is great. If I were to do this myself, it would cost me like over $2,000 to do all this alone. Yeah, the mirrors are done. Let's see. I don't think the doors are done. The rocker panels are PPF'd. And yeah, this whole rocker panel is done. This part of the air scoop is done. Up to here is where the PPF stops. And then in the back, oh sweet, they did PPF here too, behind the rear wheels, so it prevents rock chips. And I don't think any of the quarter, the spoiler, the rear bumper, I don't think those are done. But yeah, they just they did pretty much the whole bottom of the car and all the high impact areas where you're gonna get rock chips. So this is great. Protect your investment. It's gonna save you a lot of damage down the line from rock chips or anything else that you might hit while you're driving. I'm gonna end the video here. I'll probably do another one on the Maserati soon. This one's a really fun car. It's not fast by any means when you compare it to something like this, but you know, for an NA Italian made V8, obviously it's gonna sound really, really good. The thing weighs over 4,000 pounds. It's a 6-speed ZF6 gearbox, so it's not the fastest one either, but these cars are actually very stylish. They look amazing no matter the age. Like, you can have an 08 and it still looks great. This is a 2012, and even the 2018s that are out right now are like double the price of this one, and they don't really look any much different, especially on the interior, because these cars are known to have like super outdated interiors, especially like the key fob. But besides that, you know, for the money, these are awesome cars. You know, you can get this one the way it is right now for under 50,000, and for, you know, an exotic car that was 140 something thousand brand new 10 years ago, to get it for a third of the price is amazing. This car, on the other hand, is the 2010. It's older than this one, and that car is worth double. So it's just crazy how cars hold value and others don't. But anyways, look forward to the next video. Friday I have another car coming. Actually, it's going to be replacing the Raptor as my new daily driver, and it's also going to be a track toy. So catch you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like for more.